Hey folks, it's Abby and today is my November TBR. I have a decent little stack here and I've got two non-fictions on it because it is non-fiction November, so let's dive in. As always, I am reading the next book in the Discworld series, which is Feet of Clay by Terry Pratchett. This is the 19th book, it's the one before Hogfather, and this is a City Watch one, so looking forward to this. Then I am, of course, carrying on with the Middle-earth-a-thon read-along of the Lord of the Rings books, so we will be reading Two Towers. I'm currently, as of filming, still reading A Fellowship of the Ring, but I'm very excited to dive into the second book in this series. And Celine's prompt this month for her Around the World challenge is mystery. So I went through all of my crime mystery thriller books and I've picked The Chase by Ava Glass. This one is an operative, Emma Makepeace. She's been assigned to track down a man wanted by the Russians and to bring him into MI6, but the Russians have eyes everywhere. Should be a good one. Then for my randomly generated books, so the first one is the TBR Wheel. This is all of the books that I had on my TBR at the start of the year, and this has come up for me with A Winter's Promise by Christelle Dabos. This is translated from French, and I know very little else about it. A mix of awkward misfit and misunderstood genius, Ophelia cares little about appearances or other people's opinions of her. She possesses two special gifts: a talent for reading the past of objects and the ability to travel through mirrors. Well, clearly that's why I picked that up, that sounds fantastic. Then the TBR Die. This is all of the books where if I just read this one singular book, I finish off the series. And it picked Mindbreaker by Kate Dillon, the second and final book in the duology. I adored the first one. We're in like a cyberpunk world in the future where these young people are trained up to be virtual warriors. They take over other people's bodies and they do the fighting for them. We find out that there is corruption in this, really? What a surprise! And someone escapes and it goes from there, and I'm very excited to finish off this duology. And then last for the random generators was the TBR Jar, and this one is all of the new books that I've brought in within 2024, and it picked for me The Palace of Eros by Caro de Robertis, which is some sort of Greek romancy book. This was one of my Goldsborough books that I would have skipped if I wasn't just trying to get through them so I could actually cancel. Please, thank you Goldsborough. So I wouldn't have picked this up, but I own it, I've paid for it, so I'm going to read it, and you never know. I may end up surprisingly loving it. We will see. And then just two books left. Both of them are non-fictions. The first one is an ARC that was sent to me by the wonderful folks over at Picador, and this is The Science of Racism by Keon West. Everything you need to know but probably don't yet. Cuts through divisive anecdotes and rhetorics with decades worth of clear, factual, rigorous, quantitative science to reveal truths about racism that are shocking and tragic, but also somehow funny and entertaining. I'm always down to learn more about racism, and I'm always down for non-fiction, so I had to squeeze this one in non-fiction November. This one is coming out on the 23rd of January 2025. And then I'm going to be reading one chapter a day of this one. I'm very excited for it. This is Forces of Nature by Anna Rosa and Lila McNeil, and it is all about women who had a huge impact on science. Women are so often belittled in pretty much every field that they're in, and this is the contributions that have been hidden and shrunk down that really shouldn't have been, and I'm very excited to learn more. There are some very intriguing looking photos on the back, so I'm excited to dive in. And this is my stack for November. I am very excited to dive into these books. It's going to be such a good month. Let me know down below, are you reading any non-fictions for November? I always love to squeeze in at least one or two. And also let me know if you're joining in with the Middle-earth-a-thon readathon for the Lord of the Rings books. Thank you so much for watching folks, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!